In the West, discipline is often viewed as a tool, a means to get a better body, a higher income, or more productivity. But to the elite warriors of ancient Japan, discipline was not a tool. It was a religion. It was a razor-thin border between existence and absolute erasure. They lived by a code written in blood and iron, Bushido, the way of the warrior. For over 700 years, this unwritten law governed the lives, the actions, and the deaths of the samurai. It was an unforgiving framework designed to do one specific thing: to completely eliminate fear, doubt, and hesitation from the human mind. Most people today think the samurai were deadly because of their swords. They are wrong. Their weapon wasn't the katana. Their weapon was their absolute refusal to compromise their standards. Tonight, we step inside the 7 virtues of the Bushido Code. Welcome to the way of the warrior. Chapter 1, GI, the absolute rectitude. The first and most critical pillar of Bushido is GI, righteousness or justice. But to samurai, GI had a much more brutal definition. A legendary master once described it as the bone that gives structure to the body. Without bones, the head cannot sit high and the hands cannot strike. Without GI, talent is useless. In the modern world, justice is fluid. People change their morals based on convenience, emotion, or who is watching. The samurai despise this. To live by GI means there is no gray area. There is only what is right and what is wrong. If you know what is right and you do not act, you are a coward. Think about your own life. How many times do you negotiate with your alarm clock? How many times do you compromise on the promises you made to yourself when no one else was looking? When you break a promise to yourself, you destroy your inner structure. You become spineless. To adopt GI means you stop negotiating. If you said you will do it, the debate is over. The decision was already made. You execute. Chapter 2, You and Ray, Courage and Respect. The next 2 virtues are deeply intertwined. You, heroic courage, and Ray, respect. To the modern observer, these 2 seem to contradict each other. How can a cold-blooded killer be deeply polite? Because the samurai believe that true strength does not need to roar. Only weak men scream to prove they are dangerous. A samurai was respectful even to his worst enemies, because without respect, we are no better than wild animals hunting in the dirt. Ray is the absolute control over your ego. And then comes courage, but not just the courage to fight on a battlefield. The Bushido Code states that hiding like a turtle in a shell is not living. A warrior must live fully, dynamically, and dangerously. Heroic courage means replacing emotional fear with intelligent caution. Are you afraid of failure? Are you afraid of what people will say if you change your life? The samurai had a simple antidote for this fear. They meditated on their own death every single morning. When you realize that your time on this earth is already running out, the opinions of ordinary people suddenly lose all their power over you. Chapter 3, Mao and Jin, the Weight of Honor. We arrive at the core of the warrior's soul. Mao, honor, and Jin, benevolence. In a modern society obsessed with likes, views, and external validation, the concept of Mao is almost entirely lost. Today, people care about looking good, not being good. For a samurai, your worst judge was not the emperor, nor your master. Your worst judge was yourself. You cannot hide from your own eyes. If a samurai committed a dishonor, there was no public relations team to clean his image. There was only seppuku. They would literally cut open their own abdomen to show that their inner soul was clean. While we no longer live in an era of ritual death, the psychological law remains. When you live without honor, you slowly kill your own self-esteem. But honor without compassion is tyranny. That is why the code demanded Jin benevolence. The samurai possessed the ultimate power to kill, which meant they had the ultimate responsibility to protect. True discipline is not about becoming a monster to oppress others. It is about developing immense power and having the absolute self-control to keep it holstered until it is truly needed. Chapter 4. Makoto and Chugi, the unbreakable word. The final pillars of Makoto, absolute honesty, and Chugi, loyalty. In the samurai language, there was no difference between speaking and acting. When a samurai said he would perform an action, it was as good as done. Nothing on earth could stop it. They did not need written contracts. Their word was a contract with reality itself. Ask yourself, is your word worth anything today? If you tell yourself you will change your life starting Monday, do you actually do it? If your words do not manifest into reality, you are speaking ghosts. You are practicing self-deception. This honesty fed into Chugi, unwavering loyalty. In an era where betraying your leader could grant you massive riches, the true samurai stayed loyal until the bitter end. They understood that a life without loyalty is a life without an anchor. If you are not loyal to your vision, loyal to your family, and loyal to your standards, you will drift wherever the wind blows. You will become a slave to every cheap distraction, every momentary pleasure, and every comfortable lie the world offers you. Chapter 5. The Modern Samurai. The era of the samurai is gone. The armor is behind glass in museums. The katanas are historical relics. But the battle has not ended. It has simply moved inside. The modern world does not attack you with swords. It attacks you with comfort. It attacks you with endless dopamine, instant gratification, and a culture that tells you it's okay to be weak. It's okay to give up, and it's okay to complain. The modern battlefield is your mind. Every single morning when you wake up, you are faced with a choice. Will you live like a casualty of modern society, drifting aimlessly through comfort? Or will you adopt the unforgiving discipline of the warrior? You don't need a sword to be a samurai. You need standards. You need a code that you refuse to break, no matter how hard the storm hits. Choose your virtues. Protect your honor. Speak only what you intend to do. The way of the warrior is open. Will you step on the path?